Hello everyone, thank you for taking the time to view our presentation on the secondary schedule. We are planning on having a public meeting on Monday, May 8th at 5:30 p.m. in the high school auditorium, but we wanted to put this together as a supplemental resource if you cannot make it at that time. This presentation is to give you an idea of a future schedule change we are looking to make at the secondary complex, looking to move from a block scheduling type of master schedule to a more traditional period-based schedule. So as we go through the presentation, we will take you through some of the pros and cons of this move, as well as showing you some sample schedules of what the new master schedule could look like. If you look on the left-hand side, you see our current schedule at the high school. We are a 2-semester block schedule, each block running 82 minutes. The only exception you see there is block 1. There is an additional 4 minutes built in to account for morning announcements. On the right-hand side is our sample schedule, potential starting in 2024-25, and that is an 8-period schedule. You see that each period is 45 minutes, again, the exception being period 1, which is building in some time for homeroom and morning announcements. We still have 3 lunch periods, and we still end at approximately the same time. So there's no impact on transportation, but we do reduce the time of each class to 45 minutes, but they will be running for the entire duration of the academic year as opposed to the semester-based block scheduling. We see a lot of potential benefits of moving to a period schedule for the high school. One of those is more course offerings. By moving to a period schedule, we will actually gain additional sections and courses in the master schedule, which will be able to allow us to offer more courses and reduce some of the class sizes throughout our entire high school. We'll be able to offer more AP and honors courses. We will be able to reduce some of the class sizes. One of the big differences between a semester schedule and a year-long schedule is that in a semester schedule, there are times where students can go an entire academic or calendar year in between having courses. For instance, if the first semester one year you have a math class and then the next school year you don't have it until second semester, you are literally going to go an entire year without taking that academic course. In the traditional period schedule that runs year-long, that is no longer an issue. Career and technical education programs, currently we have 7 at the high school. They will remain intact. We will still be able to offer all required instructional hours. Actually, we will be able to go above the number of required instructional hours for all of our career and tech ed programs. And we will still ensure that there's targeted time for clubs to meet, as well as class meetings and other extracurricular opportunities that can still have those meetings during the school day. Some of the considerations we've taken into account is that some courses do have some additional benefits in operating in that semester-based block scheduling. Science classes that have labs, that full 82 minutes does make it a little more conducive to running that lab during that time frame without any type of interruptions or having to carry it on to the next day. In a period schedule, the 45 minutes, there are going to be times where maybe those labs will have to be broken up into 2 days. We understand that physical education does benefit from a longer block. Again, they will have a shorter amount of time, but the difference is, in this case, they will be able to have that physical education time throughout the entire course of the year. In the block schedule, a lot of times students saw their core courses broken up, only taking 1 or 2 each semester. In the traditional schedule, they'll be taking them throughout the entire course of the year. We don't necessarily look at this as a negative, but a challenge and a change that students will have to grow accustomed to. There will be more transitions from class to class. We will double those. Again, not necessarily a negative, but a change that everyone will need to learn to adapt to. We had to consider the shared staff that we have between the high school and the middle school. Clearly, we are working collaboratively. Administration in the high school and the middle school is working on this together and ensuring that we will still be able to make sure that that happens. And then there's obviously the perception of homework. In the block schedule, more time during the day. A lot of times those assignments are done during class. And there's this perception that if we go to a period schedule that there won't be that time. We don't see it happening that way. We just see it more, again, as a restructuring of those instructional hours. the amount of time students will get in each of their classes does not change. It will be the same as it is in the block schedule. It's just over the course of an entire year. So again, this is not necessarily a negative, but just something that will be a challenge in moving towards this new schedule and adapting to it, which we feel confident everyone will be able to do. Finally, we are looking at our timeline, as you can see on this slide, there's a number of dates, and it's just giving you an idea of where we've been and where we plan on going. On April 11th, we made an administrative recommendation at the board committee meeting. April 24th through 28th, we did put out a form on our website to garner feedback, not only from people within the district, but community members as well. Obviously, on May 8th, we are planning on a community presentation. June through September, throughout the course of the summer, administration is going to be working on looking at this new schedule. What's the course analysis? What are the needs going to be? What are some of our new electives going to be? How can we work to create those new sections to reduce some class size? And really just looking at how we're going to be able to maximize teacher resources in the new schedule. August 15th and 16th, when we have some professional development before the start of the school year, we'll be getting additional teacher input on the schedule. And then we're looking at September 12th, we'll be doing another update to the Board of Directors during the committee meeting. And October 10th, the next committee meeting, more updates, more consideration, and we'll be looking at some of those new courses that could be offered as well as a more detailed breakdown of the schedule. And then in July 2024, we're looking at a fully updated student-parent handbook for board consideration that will have the schedule within it, and we'll be looking to get board approval at that time.